So we are live right now.
All
Yay!
right.
With Pamela Good. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Did you
Thank you
see I
so much
have
for
my
having me. Ah,
this is how we know each other.
that is how we know each other. Mine is in the cabinet.
No, and thankfully I sent somebody a cup recently that this washed off, and luckily Bob's got their dishwasher safe. I
Oh,
don't know about you, but I like don't want anything in my house that's not dishwasher safe. I want dishwasher safe.
I'm the dishwasher and my kids.
Oh, you don't do the machine
We,
thing?
we just don't have one in the apartment.
Oh, I'm all into anything that can, yeah. Yeah, my last husband, I have to number him, don't judge me. Didn't want me to have a dishwasher either, so when I released him to move on to another opportunity, that's one of the first items I purchased.
There you go. It's a great
Oh,
idea. I would love to do that.
yeah, I think I earned that one from a company thing. So I was looking up your information. I am so thrilled to have you on today. I actually work with my main core of income in a direct sales company. They're known for their skincare and stuff, so it's very exciting to have you on. And when I downloaded the free guide that you have on your site,
Yes.
um, I was surprised that it wasn't about skin, it's like skin, as much as it was about, like, you had recipes for juicing and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, so what I wanted to know first, if you don't mind, let's go back up a little bit. When I looked on your LinkedIn thing, did you start out having more of an interest like in culinary arts, and then you switched? So how did that happen?
Sure. So in high school, I guess God really blessed me with a lot of interests. And so I went to the Warren Tech Occupational Center my last year and a half, or my last semester in high school. And I took restaurant arts, culinary arts. And
Wow.
so I learned how to be a chef. And I actually ended up going to the Broadmoor Hotel in Colorado Springs for the hero competitions. And
Wow.
I won the medal for a pantry chef, and I won the gold in serving. So if you need a waitress, that was me. And so that's how it started in high school, along with my other interests. I was part of the thespians in high school as well, and so I would do the makeup and all the sets, creation for the backdrops, and and of course these were all high school students, so we had to draw lines and wrinkles in and put
Oh.
wigs on, and so I loved that. And then my first job was at the Heritage Square Opera House, serving in the restaurant while the Playhouse actors and actresses went around and did improv. And so
Oh.
that's how my career started. And then I worked at a restaurant and worked at a hospital while I was getting my medical certifications and my esthetician licensing and everything early on. And I believe that paved the way for what my purpose is now, is taking care of people and my sister's children. We were talking about that a little bit. And so I've taken care of them since they were infants. And so now they range from the age of 9 to 20. And so
Wow.
it's just
Did you
my,
say you had three?
so
That
there's
three?
3, and then the one biological son who is 27.
Wow.
And as a single
I,
mom.
yeah, I asked you that right away because that's something we have in common, and I often find it a little hard to juggle stuff with one. And you have the new business and stuff. It's yeah, I'm sure this happens to you times three, but Friday night at 9 p.m., I was told we're having the cast party for the play Saturday afternoon. right?
Cool.
So like the less than 12 hours away said. So how do you do that with three?
You just take the tasks as they come, and if you have a schedule, you just fit things in between whatever it is that you're doing. And the new location for Good Skin Matters on Blake Street in Salida is so wonderful because the kids can come with me. My space is large enough, and they
Oh,
do
nice.
homeschooling too. So,
Oh, wow.
everything
That
kind
that
of works
hold
together.
on. Yeah, I'm not sure how to tackle that mountain. So you decided, gee, I'm not busy enough with the business. I think I'll homeschool my kid. Wow.
Homeschooling. Yeah, and
Yeah.
COVID. So we were homeschooling before COVID hit, and with COVID, the schooling systems have definitely changed, and just
Right.
with how society is right now, with people, causing lockdowns at schools. I just want my children to get the education, and so we're free to go, discover rocks or wildlife, or like today we built the billboard in front of the Salida Chamber of Commerce, putting on the marquee, have beautiful skin for life, goodskinmatters.com, and then our hours. And so whoever comes to town and they're on the highway, they'll see our marquee for the new location. So that's what we were doing right before getting on today.
Do you see them having an interest in being entrepreneurs later? Or is it too early
Absolutely.
to? Oh,
And
good.
writers. Yep.
That's
And
nice.
engineers.
Wow, that's awesome. That's actually way better because school doesn't really, they train them to be factory workers, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure what we're going for up there. But yeah,
Right.
so you originally were going to do culinary arts. You were going to be a chef. What made you do the switch? Did
I think
something
it all
happen?
goes together, because I realized very early on that our cells are what we feed them. And so I've always been very interested in eating well and serving. And so in the hospitality world, service is what we do. So it's actually a very natural fit. And up until the time the kids went to daycare, they would ask for a banana or an apple when we would go into the grocery store. And then once they got the taste of that first sucker at the daycare that I didn't know they were going to get,
Oh,
they got a taste for the sugar. And but we balance it. The kids really do prefer more of the natural nutrition.
it was funny. I didn't do it on purpose, but it worked out. But when my kid was really little, we had a refrigerator with the ice on the door,
Mhm.
and I put the cups down low so the kid could do it themselves. And now he only drinks water. Even when we're out, his friends are all getting soda, and he asked for water. And I didn't do it on purpose. I was just trying for self-serve.
That was awesome. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's the few. Yeah, because we have a cousin that's doing. Their kid grew up on Mountain Dew, and of course, we're not going to have any teeth probably. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah. So with the you I saw also in your background that you have some network marketing.
I do. I
You do.
do.
Did you do that still, or that was something that you did for a while?
So also with the skincare and different companies, I would put together the skincare baskets. And
Mm,
so I started doing network marketing. I think I don't know, maybe 20. And so yeah, I would make the skincare baskets, and yeah, so that
that's
worked out
awesome.
well. Hmm.
Yeah, that's of course the industry I'm
Yes.
participating in.
And I love,
I
I
guess.
love, love, love the company that you represent.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes,
That's
I do.
awesome. Yeah, I like the bigness. I mean,
Mhm.
there's goods and bads to the bigness, but
Well, and
uh,
my mother was an Avon representative, and so, I think, generational interests, and my father introduced me and my siblings, to modeling, and so I was a model, a childhood model from the age of 13, and then when I got to be
wow,
21, they said I was too old, and so good thing I already had, my skincare on, ready to go. And so skincare picked up. And then when I worked at Porter Hospital, the interest for medical aesthetics came. And so, yeah, just blossomed one step at a time. I owned the first mobile skincare clinic in Denver. And so I
wow,
would I would drive into the cul-de-sac and people would bring their all three of their kids that are breaking out. They'd go one by one and I'd take care of the whole family. And so pretty cool.
that is fabulous. So I know most of the people that are listening probably don't live near enough to go to yours. Do you call it a studio or a salon?
It's a clinic. Hmm.
A clinic, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but
that's
they can get your book.
They can get my book and they can also participate on my Mighty Networks. It's network.goodskinmatters. And so there I bring women and teens together and we can discuss as a group. We do the Zoom calls. So I serve in person, online, and through the memberships. So COVID closed my location down twice, and now I've got my third opportunity right now after 18 months of,
Oh, wow.
I call it love, sweat, and tears. And so truly, we're at the launching pad right now. And so I'm just happy that I've been able to, through this process, write the book, course book series. A new book will be coming out. And when we do our courses, we'll go through the book and I'll expand on the information that's in the books. The books right now are introduction. And because skincare is so individualized, it's not a one size fits all. And so I do the consultations online and, I can do instruction for the facials to go online instruction. And it's like teleskincare, right?
Yeah.
And
Were you
so
doing that before you got shut down, or did all of that grow from
it's been growing for 18 months,
nice, nice?
pivoting online.
So you pivoted. That's
Had
a
to
matter of fact,
pivot.
I thought probably that's what happened is why I put that in the promo because I thought I can't imagine being in your situation. Um, Avon actually shut down for 3 days before they realized that they could be classified as essential. We ship essential stuff because it's shampoo and deodorant stuff, but those 3 days were like the longest 3 days of my life because I all of a sudden had no money come or well no money from them coming in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't imagine. How did you feel when they said you're going to be shut down? Did you
So,
think it was going to be shorter probably at
so
first?
what happened is that because of the situation with my sister and rescuing the children, I have to work 7 days a week, and I was advised to get a real job, right? Real job that has benefits and all those things. And so I was a property manager at a storage place, and January 14th of 2016, client comes in, his 26-foot truck is stuck on the ice, and I grabbed my ice pick and my ice melt and had the little studs on my shoes, walk out there, and as I was putting the ice melt under his tires, he hit the gas.
Oh,
And his truck went over, and my left foot went out from under me and stretched the band on top of my foot. My knee popped, my hip popped, my back went out, whiplash from head to toe. And I had to have surgery and everything. And so for 3 years, I couldn't do piggyback rides. Well, I still can't now. But so I went from doing piggyback rides for a 3-year-old to not being able to do anything for 3 years.
Wow.
And so I embarked on, the people that I saw the most were my doctors, my physical therapists, and learning how to do everything again. And my jammed hip was not diagnosed. So I walked on a cane until about a year and a half ago. And so a new
Wow.
physical therapist, she watched me walk. And then she was like, wow, I think you have a jammed hip. And so for about 8 months, we did that, and she unjammed it. I got off my cane, and during the process of vocational rehab, I went into the self-employment program. And from there, my business had just opened back up in at the late part of February of 2020. I received all my supplies and everything. I had just opened up my storefront. I had put all of my product in its place, super excited to open up. On the 19th
Oh
of
no.
March, COVID shut it down. And
Wow.
that, and then within 2, 3 months, we were relocating. So at that location, we had our storefront and our home. Our home was above the storefront. We had to move. And so we moved into this tiny little apartment that I'm speaking to you from right now. And so it's been,
Wow.
yeah, a year and a half of rebuilding and sticking with it and becoming a student of all things internet and marketing and all these things. And I'm so, so, so thankful that Bob Berg and Kathy have started the Go Giver Success Alliance group, because the support and everything kept me going, and also helped me get through some of the hardest things ever. And so all the other authors in our group have inspired me so. And so here we are, ready to launch again.
Yeah, see that's awesome. And I don't know about you, but it was like the perfect time when he came out with that. I was already saying to myself, if I want my business to get bigger, back as big as it was, I need to meet new people.
Mhm.
And I just happened to talk to Bob Berg near that time, and he says, "Hey, guess what we're doing?" And I'm like, "Hey, I'm in. That's exactly what I want, is to meet new people." And there's such the caliber of people, though. It's intimidating a little bit. Do you find that to be true? When I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Oh, this is
I know
so
it's
so many accomplished
breathtaking.
people."
Hmm.
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, everybody's been so down to earth, though. It's fabulous. So, matter of fact, I'll put that in the comments later so you can read it. But anybody interested in meeting new people, it's not just meeting new people; it's meeting accomplished people, and we work on stuff together. I think that's what makes it interesting. Is you can bring a question or a situation, and then we talk about that on Wednesdays. So we sit there and talk about the solutions to people's issues, and
That's
it's
right.
just fascinating. So yes, oh, I feel
It's
the
a
same
it's
way.
a mastermind. It's a mastermind of mastering your thought process, your things that need to be handled so that you can go serve the best that you can serve. And that's truly success for me. The more people that I add value to their life, and to see them succeed is then my success.
I think we both have that. We wanted something that fit what we are like as a person, and that group are just like-minded people. I think that worked out so good that way. I think.
I agree.
But you know what's neat about it, and this may play into you have a lot of varied interests. But for me, like I think I'm the only one there that happens to be in my industry. Maybe not. Maybe there may be other people that I'm not aware of. but that's what makes it great, because I hear ideas that would fit for me, but they're from other places. So you must feel the same way about that, I'm assuming.
Absolutely. The diversity of the group is amazing.
Yeah, because there's what real estate people, engineers, there's a lot of authors and speakers, a lot of stuff like that, but they always are usually speaking about something uh, varied that I wouldn't have thought of. And I think that makes it awesome.
That's right.
But yay. So how about the book? Now, did you just all of a sudden go, well, you know what? I think I'll write a book
So
in the middle of the
this
chaos? Did
this
you
is
start it in the middle of the
lit-
chaos? Look at
um,
that. That's so awesome.
and our friend, whoops, there we go.
Oh,
Our
Bob
friend
Berg.
Bob Burr,
Yay! Oh, that's awesome. He gave you endorsement on that. So,
he
so
did.
this is like the roughest thing that you've been through, and your response to that is, "I'm going to write a book."
So I fortunately, when I was practicing before everything happened with the children, I worked with a lot of business owners, and that's when I met Bob Berg originally. I was, the business was going amazing. We were hitting six figures in sales. Everything was just right on track. And so I took the information that I learned back then and applied it now as part of my pivot. And so I reconnected with the professionals that I was so fortunate to meet back then. And one of them, Angel, she was putting together what's called a launchathon. And the goal of that was to have 50 authors cross the finish line together on the same day, publishing and going bestseller on the same
Wow.
day.
Wow.
And so it ended up being 12 of us, and
Wow.
no one was left behind. We all published on the 22nd of August. My book went bestseller on the 24th. And then we had the official launchathon celebration on the 29th of August. And so the idea to write a book came from part of the boot camp, the Mastering Your Marketing boot camp. And basically, the idea is that this is your 100+ page love letter to your existing and your potential clients, and laying out your best information and
Ooh.
saying, you know, this is what I have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in information, my training, my knowledge. I'm putting it as a gift to you in this book, and we will go through it together, or you can read it on your own. And so that was the idea behind writing the book. I've always been told that I had several books in me because of my experience with, the children and a lot of other subjects. But I just think that had COVID not shut us down, I probably would have written a book at some point, but it accelerated the process.
No, and that's to your credit, because some people just pulled their head into their shell like a turtle and sat there for 18 months. You know what I mean? Right, right. I don't think, I mean, I wasn't in a position to do that either.
Mhm.
I was surprised some people chose that option personally. But I mean, I wasn't trying to break any records during that 18 months either. But I was right. I was trying
Yeah.
to stay after it. Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and keeping your family safe and out of the hospital, and
Right.
turning inward and also continuing to serve has definitely had its challenges for sure. And having the support of the group just really, it kept me going. It really kept me going.
Do you live in a big area that's populated or no?
I live in a very small town of about 8,000 people.
Oh, that's the size of my town. Yeah, yeah. Rural New Hampshire is where I live. So
Oh,
yeah.
very good. Yep, I'm in Salida, Colorado. We have Monarch Ski Area to the west, and then we're just 2 hours west of uh, Colorado Springs.
Oh
So,
wow.
so we're Central Mountains in Colorado.
Is there a big city within an hour of you somewhere,
two
or not
hours.
really? 2 hours. Okay. So I think we're an hour and a little bit more to Boston. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
smaller here, right? It's
very
smaller
nice.
here. Yeah, I'm probably 4.5 hours from New York. So it's doable anyway. But when you live this far out, though, I don't know how you feel, but it's like it's a great place to raise kids. But every once in a while, like I like to go to New York City to make sure the rest of the people are still out there somewhere. It's like, oh yeah, there they are, because
Oh,
I
they
see
are.
maybe I don't know 3 people a week. I mean, you just don't see many. But you're probably not as rural as I am here. Maybe you must have a Main Street if you have a business
We
on
have
Main
a
Street.
town. We have the city and the town center. We have a Walmart, a natural
Ah,
grocers.
no, we don't have any of that. Now, is it because you're like the middle and people come in from the other small towns? Okay, we're not that town.
Yeah, we're a
We don't have
resort
a Main Street.
town.
Oh,
Hmm.
see, that's awesome. So, do you get a lot of like people that are traveling for your clinic,
Yes.
or mostly? Oh,
I
well,
have
that's
people
perfect.
come from Hawaii. I have people come from New York,
Wow.
California, Texas. People come from everywhere to have the
So do you work with the
destination.
hotels, or do you work with
Pardon?
the hotels? Do you work
We
with the
do.
hotels?
Mhm.
Oh,
We do,
that's
for sure.
awesome. Wow. I thought of that right away when you said that because that would be hard for just us 8,000 people to get enough clients, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Hmm.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome. Well, you must see all kind of different people.
It's amazing. And when COVID shut it all down, whew, it
And they
was rough.
shut that down too, right? All the tourists
Yeah,
weren't coming.
we
Wow.
we lost a lot of talented people. They just retired,
Oh, I can't even
or
imagine. Yeah.
or a lot of people just stayed with the pivot and didn't open back up, and they're still just online.
I can't imagine like to be in my kid wants to do anything artsy, truthfully, wants to do animation, but is, of course, all into the theater stuff. So we've been to Broadway a bunch of times. I can't even imagine those guys, what they did, because they were like 8 of them living in an apartment just to be in a show when the shows were open, and they were supplementing their income with waitressing or something, which all of that went. I can't imagine if they all moved home with their parents or what did they do. So I'm just
Absolutely.
thankful we were in a position, you and I both too. Many of us were in a position that we could pivot or do something that was related to what we still wanted to do.
Absolutely. And I relate to you with the theater. My niece, she just turned 20, and she has done stage production management, and she's worked at the Buell Theater downtown and the Betcher Hall,
Oh,
and everything. And she's stage manager for the Evergreen Players. And so the next part of my pivot is to become a producer of a show, Good Skin Matters Productions, and
wow.
and Krista is going to add her professional stage production and my production online. And my father had a digital production company before he passed 4 years ago, and I was his caregiver through his cancer, and I took him to his radiation and all those different treatments and things. But so yeah, the next thing is in 2022 is
Wow.
GSM Productions, and taking this generational and leaving a legacy that will help my children to prosper, and hopefully they won't have to struggle as much. as I have. They'll, of course, they'll choose their own way and they'll have their own struggles, but at least I know that financially they'll at least have what they need to get started.
No, that's awesome. A book that really means a lot to me, and it means so much that I can't tell you the name right now. How sad is that? But in the book, it says, and I found this to be so true, that women don't realize that the odds are like 95% chance that at some point we're going to have to support ourselves. And I would say everybody, not just women, but men too, should plan on that.
Mhm.
And I am always stunned, like you haven't had a choice.
No
I
choice.
didn't have a choice, really. Really, I'm surprised how many women don't prepare. Anybody that watches Monday Morning Madness a lot's going to go, "Oh no, she's on the soapbox again," because
Well,
I
and
also so into that.
you have a huge point there because my fiance, he was electrocuted
Oh,
and killed, and so out of that loss birthed my ministry, my mission, and part of that was to rescue children who were being abandoned or worse. And so I absolutely get on that soapbox about, you know, getting the skills that you need, having that support system and that education, have all the basics all ready to go. And then the route that you want to take, you'll be able to expand and do whatever you need to do to make your success happen.
well, and you're doing one of the biggest things is example. You can, you're making sure that you're supporting yourself and your family, and that is fabulous. I actually had a colleague that her plan, she got divorced, and her plan to support herself was find another husband.
No, thank you.
I well, I mean, how
Unless
would
he's
you feel
married.
if you were the other guy that had that second husband? How must
Right.
that feel? Like, I don't know. That
Being
doesn't, I
used,
don't,
maybe? Yeah.
right. That would for me. And matter of fact, she said to me, her business took a hit because she ignored it to go out finding another husband. And I said, too bad you didn't just stay at it, because you wouldn't have had to felt compelled to get another husband. And she said to me, unlike you, she said to me, I put my family as a priority. Right. So matter of fact, it shocked me so much. I'm still talking about it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I just was surprised, but now that I look back, I've run across more people that feel that way, and I'm always surprised by that, because
Mhm.
I think each of us are adults should, right. We should, if we don't want to be treated like children,
Mhm.
we should be responsible for ourselves. Yeah, the noise you hear, by the way, is my dog. We've just been fortunate that we haven't got a delivery or some of some sort. Because yeah, my crazy life, the dog's yappy. Do you have
Aw.
pets too?
We did. We adopted 13-year-old Shih Tzus, and
Wow.
they were actually bonded from a year old or several months old. And so when you go to rescue, if they've been bonded, you adopt them both together. And
Wow.
so we took care of some sweet older doggies, and we don't have them anymore.
Oh, but that was nice of you to take a minute. 13.
Hmm.
Oh, oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
It
Yeah,
was
but
it
we
was
got
the D word.
yeah. Yeah, we got him last year in the midst of the whole thing. We didn't have a dog before. I only had cats because we travel a lot. We did.
Yep, yep.
Oh,
Cats,
although
cats for sure.
I'm headed to your side of the country. I know you're going to say not really, but it is to me. And on Wednesday, I'm going to Las Vegas.
Oh, very
So
good.
that's, yeah, your side of the country more than it is my side of the country.
Mhm.
But that's fun to go to somebody else's convention just because I love seeing ideas from other people. So I'm going to another
Absolutely.
direct sales company's convention. By the way, if you click on comments, you'll see people saying stuff.
Oh,
Um, Tamara's on from Michigan, and Penny's on. Yay, Penny! And
hi,
then
everybody.
let's see, we have somebody from Dallas, Georgia on. I can't see your name just because with StreamYard you have to agree for us to see your name, and evidently you didn't. But I welcome. I'm glad you're on. So,
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much.
uh, what is the Mighty Networks membership? I thought that was cool too. I saw that on your website.
Mhm.
What have you done in there so far?
Sure. So it starts at $27 a month. And what that does is it allows you the content that I was talking about. It takes the 34 years of knowledge and different techniques and things like that. And it puts that everything that you would need, it puts it in your hands. And then you have the guide, myself, to take you all the way through step by step the process. And there are so many wonderful products out there, and there are so many wonderful devices. And if we don't know how to use them properly, we miss it. And so it's my job to coach you and walk you through it. And so the entry level is the $27 a month, and then it goes 37 and then 47, just depending on what levels you'd like to do. And I'll have some signature um, getaways and things like that coming up. Some like weekend talks, and we'll probably stay online for a while, but those things will be up and coming.
That sounds great. Matter of fact, that sounds like a great investment for anybody, for example, in direct sales that likes to concentrate on skincare. That's because that's a world of information.
It's huge.
And even at $27, just think all I would have to do is get enough information to help them sell $100 and they'd make that back right away. So that would be
Absolutely.
awesome. Somebody just joined in from Kissimmee, Florida.
Ah,
Yay! Yay,
hi there.
yay, yay. So with Avon, they have I'm not sure if you knew this part, but they were purchased by LG
Hmm,
probably a year and a half ago, which is the um, South Korean company,
okay.
LG, like the TV
Mhm.
people, but they own the Face Shop. So they have that whole catalog of products now that are in our book from them.
I
And
love that.
yeah, so it's a whole different thing that we hadn't experienced before that probably you have. I mean, we did specialize in skincare, but not to this extent. It's a huge array. So I think that it would be a perfect, like, I don't want to use the word marriage, but a perfect thing,
Alignment.
alignment. There we go. For representatives, for example, from any of the direct sales companies that deal with skincare to hop on your Mighty Networks membership so that they could discuss things with you about clients that come up and have issues. They could learn information that would be very valuable for a salesperson to know.
I would love that.
Yeah, that sounds like a perfect fit. Plus the book too. Now
Mhm.
tell me more about. I was surprised to find the whole juicing with the recipes in there. It makes sense once you explained it,
Mhm.
but what else can they look forward to in the book?
There are so many things in this book. Just the bullet points. Discover your inner esthetician, because you're literally at the controls between professional facials, and some people don't get professional facials. And it's my goal to touch millions of lives and teach you how to properly do these things so that you're not harming your skin and things like that. So striving for skin that's even more nourished, beautiful, soft, hydrated, clear, and healthy. As the seasons change, so should your skincare routine. So, quarterly or by the seasons, you should have a different skincare product. Even if it's in the same line, you should shift or add like a serum or something like that. You know, and
Well, see,
so,
that's awesome. I didn't know that.
mhm,
I didn't know. I didn't know what
very,
season.
mhm,
I'm
very
embarrassed to
important.
tell you, I've only had one facial ever. One
That's
ever.
okay.
I've never been for stuff like that.
That's okay. And, this is designed to show you the techniques that you need to do when you're cleansing, when you're doing a massage, and then there's tools that you can use. And so I help, even be a personal shopper with you so that you don't waste your money on a gadget that eh, may not work, or get one that really works and that you'll
Well, you
use
know
for
that
years to
I
come.
think that I want to make sure everybody realizes too that even though you have a clinic, a place where people can come in and you do services, most of your point is that you're helping people do it at home,
Mhm,
right? You're
exactly.
helping people do a professional service themselves for
All over
those
the
that don't
world.
go do that. Yeah. See, that's awesome. That is that is neat. So, you have a few products on your site though
I do.
that people can buy.
Mhm.
Can you tell me about those?
Sure. So for me, it's the products matter in the way that we have active products that are going to do a lot of things, either chemicals that peel. We have active ingredients that used improperly, not good. So I have product lines that I teach how to use that are more on the professional level, which just means that there's more of the active ingredient.
Hmm.
Nowadays, the technology is so good that you can get quality product. It just may have less of the active ingredients in there, and it may take you longer to get to your preferred result. Okay. So the product lines are botanical. There's a botanical line, there's a clinical line, there's an active line, and I can really get any professional line that someone wants. Or I also guide people when they're down the aisle at the Walmart, just looking at all of those things, going, what if I hurt myself? Is this actually a good product? Am I going to hurt myself? And
Well, I saw
so
you had three tools on, like
mhm,
tools on your site that people can buy from you and
mhm.
have them shipped to. What are the tools are used for?
So the gua sha stones, they actually help to massage and relieve pressure in the
Oh.
tissue. And so I teach you how to use those in the right manner, in the right order, and for how long to use each one and how often.
Wow.
And so I have the galvanic current that works with the energy in your body, and it'll vibrate, and it actually helps to firm and tone those muscles that are underneath. So everything that I do works on the cellular level, the muscular level, and on the surface, so that you're creating a new cell memory. Your muscles have a memory, so do the cells in your entire body. So it takes 28 days to create a new habit. So when we start to eat better, when we start to exercise, when we sleep, when you know, we shouldn't burn the midnight oil. We really should get good quality sleep. And, with all of those things in place, you can truly have beautiful skin for life. And that's the name of my book. And the next one is Your Skin is Your Protection. And so we just keep going deeper and deeper into all of the information, and it's vast. I mean, my books, when I was learning how to do all this, 2 inches thick, and we had to learn everything, physiology. We had to learn all of the different aspects of the human body, even though we were working, what people think is skin is just our face. We have skin from the top of our head to our toes.
That's
And
very
so
true.
we need to properly take care of every part. And so that's what I do.
So, what is this area called here?
Décolleté or
Decollete.
décolletage, either décolletage or décolleté.
I like it because it sounds fancy, but I just call it my showcase. The showcase.
That's
I
it.
know. I boil
And
it
I
down.
love your jewelry is beautiful
Like,
always.
yeah, well, see, that's the thing I specialize in with Avon is the jewelry and stuff like that. I was impressed. I found the matching earring
I love
because
it.
I have a lot of that stuff. But yeah, that's the one thing skincare wise. I knew that sun damage was a problem, and yet I didn't take care to hear, and now I have a brown, uh, you know, looking neck area because of it.
And
So
that can
because I
be
didn't do it,
reversed. It can
yeah.
be reversed.
No, I didn't know that. Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, I kind of like all my problems though.
We've earned everything, all of the
Right.
clear hair, all the lines, and we just, we're our best selves when we're happy. And so, if I can
I'm not
contribute to
sure I
that,
would do. I don't know if you saw that movie with Meryl Streep where she went in, she went in and went to the like
dermatologist.
no plastic surgeon,
Oh, plastic surgeon.
and
Okay.
he was telling her, and she went
Oh
running out of
yes,
there. Remember
yes,
that one?
yes.
Yeah, when she went running out of there, I'm thinking, yeah, that would be me because I, I mean, there's like a 6 month getting over this, and I'm like, oh no, I wouldn't be doing any of that. Yeah, no, I'm at the point of take me as I am or watch me as I leave, pretty much.
Absolutely. You bring up a really good point that has bothered me about my industry. I went to a consultation, and I mean, they had that little black marker so at the ready to
Oh,
circle and to say, oh, we need to tuck, we need to do all these things, and you'll look like Barbie in no time. I'm like, but I don't want to look like Barbie.
you're right.
I
I'm just
just,
happy looking like me,
yeah,
really.
absolutely. And so that bothers me. And I stay in my own lane with the skincare. I leave the things that are up to the doctors. They have their profession, and I'm here to support them and to enhance the results that they provide. And we all have our specialties, and it's such a vast industry that if we all work together, we can accomplish so much.
Yeah, and I think to me, I've decided that anything that I do or work on, whether it's skincare or whatever else I decided to do, really is for me. If I want it for me, that's fine. If I want to do something different for me, like dye my hair blue, which I did do recently,
I love it.
that's for me. It wasn't for somebody else. I was actually surprised. One of my friends said, um, she doesn't know anybody that colors their hair for themselves.
Huh.
And I'm like, who else would you be doing it for? It was such a foreign concept to me. And she said, do other things like wear jewelry. I wear jewelry when I'm not leaving the house because I'm not wearing it for someone else. I'm actually wearing it because I like jewelry. I was surprised that she's wearing it for someone else. So I'm like, you're doing all your stuff for someone else? It's a concept I can't even. Maybe it's because I'm single. Do you feel that way too?
I've just learned so much about human nature, and I just think that the moment you start to compare yourself with someone else, you have lost connection with your true self, and so
Or when
you
you're
know
only doing stuff for somebody else?
exactly,
Because you gotta,
exactly.
I don't know, like even when you wear fragrance, the person that really is going to smell it is you.
Mm-hmm.
The other people really aren't gonna that not that much. Maybe they might get a whiff, but you probably ought to pick the one you like. No, I don't
Absolutely.
know. And it seems like skincare would be kind of in that same. You should be doing it for
That's
you,
right.
how it makes you feel, and how it
Hmm.
makes you feel when you look at yourself. Those kind of things.
I
Isn't that
agree 100%. Yes, yes,
that's
I
funny?
do.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I think I'm good single.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
on team single.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag team single. Oh yeah,
Team
you too,
single.
right?
Oh yeah.
Team single.
Unless there's a super fabulous, wonderful man that loves children and who wants to support the program, and allows me to continue to bloom, and you know just he doesn't have to support me. I don't have to support him. We come together as whole people and we
Yeah.
contribute to our lives together and create something beautiful together.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to a teammate.
Yeah.
I just if I'm gonna adopt, I want it to be a child.
See? Absolutely.
I know that sounds horrible, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah.
It's
But
all
I
good.
think so, like that other lady I was telling you about. I think some people though just have to be part of a couple for some reason. They just have to be. And so I think the ones like us that can be single and be happy, we should probably do that and free up the men for the other people. So like we're doing our bit. See, we're doing our bit by not taking one up when
That's awesome. I do
Yeah.
wish that Steve was still here because we would have made awesome parents for all these children.
Oh, yeah. That's been hard, I think, for me because I adopted as a single person, and I do feel bad that my kid hasn't had a dad
Mhm.
per se, but I think we did the best we could. So I think it's hard. How do you feel about this? I think it's hard being good cop and bad cop. I'm
Oh,
not as I'm not as good at bad cop. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm not very good at being the Disneyland parent. You know,
Uh,
I teach, I guide, we have fun, we have our moments where we need to be corrected. But, you know, I'm blessed. I'm truly, truly blessed.
no, I think you're doing a better job than me. Because yeah, no, my kid's what 16 and a half, just now doing his own laundry. That probably should have been like at 12 or so when,
My
right?
kids just did the laundry yesterday for themselves.
Yeah.
They put their
Yeah.
laundry in there. I help them with the soap, and then they put everything in the dryer. They push the button. They keep checking it, and then when it's done, they take it in their room and they fold it, hang it, put it away.
You know what I got to send you is our company, Avon came out with, and this is from LG, soap that's in sheets. It's
I
just a
saw
sheet. You
those.
tear, oh, those are
Yes.
awesome. Those are
Yeah.
like the most awesome thing ever on the
Ready,
planet.
ready for that. I would love some.
I'll send you a box because
Thank you.
they're so awesome, and you don't the kids can do it without measuring anything. Just put the sheet in. Yeah. What I like about it is lugging it home from the store. I don't have to lug it home. It comes from my
That's right.
shipment, but it doesn't weigh anything. They're very small boxes. But
I
I'll
love
send you a
that.
box so you can try it.
And isn't
So
it true that during COVID, discovering the products that can be on your front porch grew
Oh
so
yeah.
much, and just
Yeah.
saved so many people from having to go to the store and find empty shelves, you know. So
Well,
yeah,
I have done that a lot my whole time out here because Walmart's a half hour away. Not that that's that far, but we don't just run down to Walmart. We don't have one near here. And the grocery store is actually that far. We have little stores, but not the big store, the big one with everything in it. And that's a half hour. And what's funny though is when stuff started shutting down, I had just discovered at one of the grocery stores a few towns over, excuse me, where you order online and you pick it up. And crazily enough, they shut that down when everything started shutting down because too many people wanted to do it. That never made sense to me. You think you'd have ramped it up, right, instead of shut it down. But their logic was, which I think is a strategy error, but they said they needed the people that were running that to stock shelves because things were running out. But that made no sense to me. But anyway,
amazing.
they're back doing it now, but I switched stores over it. I start if I'm going in, I'm going to the store with more stuff. I was only buying there to do the pickup. So see, I bet they lost a lot of people doing that. And the
Yeah.
big store doesn't do pickup for, I don't know why they don't do that. It's weird. But that was fun ordering online, and I just discovered that before. So I bet a lot of people discovered that now. They even do that at Walmart, right?
Yes,
You
they
can
do.
order online and pick up. Yeah, I
Absolutely.
generally don't shop at Wally World for much. But oh, Tamara, she uses the sheet detergent. Yeah,
Oh, very good.
it's one of those fabulous things. So anyway, did you
Awesome.
have some parting information that you'd like to impart on us
Yeah,
about how?
so go ahead, sorry.
No, I mean about the things that you have to offer that anybody listening might be interested in.
Sure. So I think just taking things step by step, learning and reaching out where you are. You know, no one is perfect when they start. So we start where we are. Skincare starts from when we're born, and parents, just make sure that you're nourishing the skin from the cellular level. Take it easy on the junk food. We all know that what we eat feeds our cells, and just don't pack on things that are going to clog your pores. Keep it simple. Just a simple milk and honey cleanser, aloe vera gel, and a sunblock with zinc. Those are basics. And then we can build on those things and come along with us, learn with us, join the network, join the membership. And it's a month to month or a year. You get discounts if you go for a full year. And just really um, allow me to be your skincare specialist. Allow me to be your business partner if you so choose. And just be good to one another and
What
enjoy
do
your
they get
beautiful day.
when? What can they get on the goodskinmatters.com promo?
So,
What is there?
of course. So, in the promo, you can go through, there are interviews there that I've done. I was featured in the news helping people that had been burned badly by chemical peels and laser hair removal. Just because you've been injured or have something, a car accident where you have scars that you think everyone sees, we're always our own worst critic. And as long as we're taking the right steps toward just nourishing ourselves and using products that aren't going to hurt us and using those devices step by step, I think that you'll enjoy the journey and we can do it together. And I always tell people, enjoy your beautiful day, have beautiful skin for life, and let's do this.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it. Of course, you know what the last question is. The last question is brownies, cookies, or sea salt caramels? I know it's a
Ooh.
treat, and I'll send enough to share.
Oh my goodness. Brownies, please.
Brownies. Oh, that's their matter of fact, that's their number one selling item. And
Woohoo!
it'll get to you pretty quick because they're in Utah. They're on your side of the country. So it'll get to you pretty quick. So I will send those right out with my thanks. I really appreciate you
Thank
spending
you.
time with us today. And everybody listen and make sure you go to the promo, goodskinmatters.com promo, and make sure you order the book too, because just reading the free sheet that you sent, it's been very the juice recipes by themselves was worth going and looking and through the whole thing. So
Oh, well,
fabulous.
thank you.
I really
And
appreciate you, Pamela. Okay,
absolutely.
stay,
And thank you, everybody, for coming.
thank you. And this will be up on YouTube too. I'm going to end the broadcast, but stay right there, Pamela, for a second, and I'll see you in the green room.
Sounds
Thank
great.
you,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody. Thank you.